know you're a little shy. It's okay. It's okay. You're okay. Good girl. It's okay. I think we're probably on the TV now. Are we on the TV now?
We are.
We are on the TV. Look, you did it, Shirley. Good job. Yay! We made it. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is having a lovely Tuesday today. Lauren here at Catskill Animal Sanctuary with Caden behind the camera, of course. Hi, Caden.
Hi, Lauren.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Doing all right. We doing all right, Shirley? Yeah, we are. We're being very brave today. Yes, we are. So thank you so much for joining us. I assume we have some of our regulars in already, or this is like your first time, or only like maybe you've only seen a couple of these. Thank you so much for joining us. We love people coming by to watch us live, and of course maybe you're catching us later on Facebook, on YouTube, or YouTube. Oh, where are you going?
No, Shirley.
Shirley, we wanted to hang out with you.
Perhaps we can follow her.
Yeah, where's she going? Oh, she's only right there. Let's go.
We'll let Lauren walk up to her first. See what happens.
Okay. Okay, come here. I might have some rides, maybe. Oh my gosh, Christopher, I love you, but we're not who we're planning on hanging out with today. Oh, Shirley. Shirley is one of the shy sheep who lives here at the sanctuary. And if you've met some of the sheep here at the sanctuary, you know that they don't all fit like the stereotypic definition of like sheep. And I'm wondering, in fact, what sort of stereotypes people have or that you know of that exist out there about sheep, and then also about goats. So we gotta think about that for a moment. Oh my gosh, I'm not petting Christopher. Shirley, you wanna come back? Whoa. Whoa. Thinking about it. I'm gonna go scooch a little bit closer.
We're gonna hang out with the camera still a bit away from Shirley.
Dropped it. Hey, look, it's looking for you.
Christopher, do you want to move your bum so we could see the interaction?
I got shot
Stares
down.
into the camera.
I got shot down. Okay, Shirley. Hey, bud. Do you want this? No? I can't give these things away. I don't know. Laverne, do you want this? Laverne, this is a little trio here. Christopher, Shirley, and Laverne. And Laverne is just outside. So we could always pop it just a little bit outside.
Yes.
You think? Okay, come on, bud. Let's go. We're gonna go see your other friend. Hey, anyone else around? No. Quiet, Laverne. It's a quiet afternoon. Oh, no. The truck's stopping over there. We're okay. Vernie, come here. Oh. Ooh. I don't know. But the plan for today was gonna be to hang out with Laverne and with Shirley and Thelma. Excuse me, I got Laverne and Shirley in my head, so like, we want to go have a drink. Shall we keep scooching?
Yes.
Scooch a little more. Scooch a little more. Hey, do you want this? You want this? So this one is Laverne. There you go. Good job. Good girl. Yeah, that's it. I might have more. Shirley, is this more? I'm running out, sweetheart. I only got a little bit of cookie left. I only got a little bit left. Thinking about it.
Our sanctuary account says Christopher would prefer less scooch and more scratch, but I've got you covered now. He is now getting scratched off screen.
No, how about it? What if I put it on the? Oh, it's okay. What if I put it on the ground? We'll want it then. We'll see. Anyway, so our beautiful shy Shirley and Thelma, we're hanging out with them today because actually last week it was their 8-year rescue anniversary, which is a long time, right? That's a long time the two of them have been here. And so we wanted to share a little bit about that and a little bit about who these two lovely ladies are. Though Thelma's a goat, if you are not familiar with her. she and her goat friends are like way out in the back of the sanctuary, like as far away from us as they could possibly be. So unless they come back, which I'll be watching through the barn over there to see if they start strolling on back, but I don't know if they will be doing that. So we shall see. Christopher, you want to come on the camera, bud?
You've got Shirley watching carefully from back.
She's always watching. She's got an idea of what's going on.
She's always very carefully watching.
Yes, because someone might make a sudden movement, and we don't like that.
We have a question from Veronica asking how Thelma is doing, generally speaking.
Yeah, so our girl Thelma, also a bit of a shy one, but a goat. Some of you may have seen on our social media last week that we had announced that Cerberus had passed away, and Cerberus and Thelma were like best buddies. Because when Shirley and Thelma got here, they joined the Underfoot family, and the Underfoot family are, you know, these guys, the animals who kind of just freely roam around the sanctuary during the day, and of course at night they all have safe places that they go in to sleep. But during the day they just kind of do whatever. So for, hi bud, Cookie, yeah. So they've been pretty much always part of the Underfoot family, doing their thing, hanging out with their buddies. And Cerberus then, this other goat, when he arrived in early 2015, he and Thelma just like really got along well together, so they ended up being roommates in the barn. They shared a stall in there, and they would just go everywhere together, and it was really cute, especially because like Cerberus was really old. I mean, when he came to us, he was like 13 or 14 years old, and so, you know, if he only passed away like last week. Definitely an older guy, so a little bit slow moving, but Thelma would keep an eye on him. And this one really cute story that happened, this was in the fall at some point, I forget when, but you know, all the goats were out roaming around doing their thing, and they were all starting to like head out, like away from the barn, but Thelma had gotten stuck behind for a moment because she was having her hooves trimmed. And so everyone else, though, was leaving, but Cerberus stuck around. And he stuck around and he watched. And then when they were done, the two of them, off they go together. So really, really sweet the way the two of them look out for each other. So how is she doing? She's generally doing okay. You know, we always make sure that the... Here, bud. I'm trying to get Christopher to come over. Camera shy today. One of the things that we do here at the sanctuary is if one of the animals passes away, we try to have any of their, you know, close friends, or if they have like a child who's here, or like it's their mom or something, we let them like see that their friend or family member had passed away. I'm sorry, Christopher just bumped his head on the arm of the camera, and he's like, what?
He scared himself.
It's okay, bud. You know, how come you don't want to come over here? You want to hang out with Kaden? Right? How come I can't give these cookies away today?
Apparently it's a bad batch of ginger snaps.
Bad batch of ginger snaps. I'm not going to eat this because it's been like in my pocket and in my hand as I've been touching everything, but I will assume that it's fine. But yeah, so, you know, oh, that's my good boy. Do you want this now? No, you just want scritches. Okay. Now we have my Christopher. Well, you have a Christopher butt. Cute butt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she has been doing well. You know, she's got the rest of her goat friends. Her and Tigger get along really well. So, you know, they'll hang out together, and yeah, she's
Thelma also adores our little itty bitty fainting goat, Beatrice.
Oh my gosh, yes. This is also true. Yeah. So she's got her buddies. Yeah. And then Shirley's, she's still hanging out over there. What a good girl. She's just posing dramatically in the background. Shirley's always been a bit of a loner. So like earlier on, I had asked kind of like what are the stereotypes that exist about sheep? Caden, did we have any thoughts on that?
You know, I have some thoughts, but we did not get any comment.
Oh, well, Caden, what are your thoughts?
I mean, they're considered to be pretty skittish and antisocial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, Shirley, as we've seen, she is kind of skittish. She does not like sudden movements. She does not like people who she doesn't know. And even the people who she does know, she's a little iffy on. But that's okay. Like, that's how she is. And, you know, we make sure she has her personal space and we don't bother her. And that's what makes her happy. We offer her cookies, and then if she doesn't want to take them, then she doesn't want them, and then we give her her space. So even amongst the sheep, though, Shirley had always been a bit of a loner. One of the other things that people generally say about sheep, and oftentimes in like a negative way, is that sheep, they're like, oh, they always go along with the group, they don't think for themselves, this and that. And, I mean, they live in a group because they're safe in their group, you know? They want to hang out with their friends and family, because those are who they like, and that's how they're going to feel safe. So, Shirley, though, breaks that stereotype by just kind of doing her own thing. But she did make friends with Nina. So Nina is, she came to us as this little lamb. She must have been like this tall. She was so tiny. And she's probably having, her second birthday is probably right around now, isn't it, Kaden, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's probably just about 2 years old now. And she came to us in April, 2 years ago. And she, you know, we were like, okay, we have this new little lamb. Who's she gonna hang out with? Who's she gonna get along with? She's still really small, so like the big herd of sheep, like Scout and Stuart and Zeke and Atticus, that crew, might be a little much for her. But she started hanging out with Shirley because she saw something in Shirley that she liked. And Shirley really got to be a mom to little Nina, because Nina didn't have her mother anymore, but she was still a baby. And I mean, Nina had been taken away from her mom when she was very, very young. Hey, bud. Not you. You got to live with your mom. So Nina didn't really have someone, you know, older than her to look out for her like that. So for the longest time, the two of them would go everywhere together. And, you know, Shirley would kind of still want to do her independent thing and kind of wander away, and Nina, being like a baby, would get distracted, and then she'd be like, where'd Shirley go? And she'd be yelling and then running around, like, where's Shirley? But, you know, they would find each other. And they also had the nicest stall in the barn, because Shirley, in case you can't tell, she's got a lot of hair. She's a giant, she's a big puff. So she has an air conditioner in her stall. Obviously not for use in, like, the winter time. But on some of the warmer spring days before we shear her, or even over the summer, it gets really hot. And, you know, she's not a fan. So she's got an air conditioner in her stall. Aren't you special? You look like you're going to take a nap. Where you going? You see another person? Oh, Christopher's just kind of bopping back and forth, which is fine. Laverne, meanwhile, has just parked herself in her favorite spot off to the side, just kind of chilling.
See if we can scan it over to Laverne.
That's where she, like, always hangs out.
That's the Laverne spot. Yep.
Yep, she likes it.
She gets to see who's coming and going while remaining pretty out of the way. Nobody walks there. You know, she's tucked between Porta John and the wall, so she feels secure.
Yep. Did we have anything from the audience to share for now, or?
We have no questions.
Okay, because I was going to say about Thelma, so again, Thelma being a goat, also thinking about stereotypes for goats. I don't know, do we have any thoughts on that? Or are the people at home asleep today?
I don't know, folks. If you have any thoughts on stereotypes for goats.
Or other stuff. You know, feel free to chime in. We're a chatty bunch here, right, Kaden?
Mm-hmm.
We'll chat about stuff, you know, whatever. But yeah, so think over that for a second, and then I've just remembered now, though, speaking of getting distracted, I don't have the excuse of being a lamb, but I am also easily distracted. Right, Kaden?
Lauren is easily distracted, yes.
I think the correct response to that would be what? But anyway, so the actual story of how they came to be here. So I said that it was like 8 years ago, but what is the actual like event that brought them to us here? So Shirley and Thelma, the sheep and the goat, were living. I mean, I don't know exactly where, but they were, you know, together, and they were going to be given to a neighbor to be slaughtered in kind of whatever area they were. But instead, they ended up being brought here to the sanctuary, and it's a short story, I guess, right, Shirley? Do you want to share? You don't want to add anything to that. No, we're okay. She doesn't want to add anything to that. That's okay. She's so cute. But yeah, and it's one of those things where, I mean, all of the animals here, the, like, you know, hundreds who we have here right now, the thousands who we've rescued over the past 20 years, for all of them, something happened in their life that they got lucky, really. You know, and a lot of times it's that someone was looking out for them, and someone was like, oh man, something bad is going to happen to these animals, and I don't want that to happen. You know, that's the story with, like, so many of the animals here. Like Tucker, right? Tucker was at petting zoo, and he was going to be sent away to be killed, and then this mom and daughter who were visiting were like, no, I can't do that. We don't want that. Let's see, who else? Bartleby he's a goat. He was found just, like, in a neighborhood, and people were like, well, I want to make sure he's got a good home, and he's got a safe place to be, and we can't give that to him, so let's make sure he goes to a sanctuary and finds a safe spot. People who have found chickens roaming around, and they're like, this bird is not in a safe situation. I'm gonna, you know, help this bird and find a safe home for them to be. Al, that happened with your buddy Al, Kaden, right? Mm-hmm. Nancy, Edna, Penelope, even some of the ducks. Like, all sorts of animals are out there, and someone happens to come across them. Oh, Jasmine, too. Jasmine, this little piglet, was out in the woods, and someone happened to find her and be like, wow, this is not where this little creature should be. I'm gonna help. And thanks to, you know, actions like that maybe seem insignificant at the time. It's like, okay, yeah, well, I mean, I caught a chicken and I made a phone call and, like, okay. But for Al, like, your buddy Al, he's been here like 5 years or something by now, right?
He's been here.
Like
he's a 5-year-old guy at this point.
Yeah. So that's
going on 6 years.
Yeah, going on 6. That's his whole life that he wouldn't have had someone not found him and tried to figure out how to help him. So for, like, all of these animals, there's someone out there who is like, I want to help. And I think that thinking of those little ideas of how can I help someone, that's, you know, how can we do something kind? That's something that is just, we could all use that right now, I feel like. So, you know, that's my little sunshine and rainbows. Think of a way you can be kind today. Right, Shirley? You can offer a friend a cookie even if they don't want it. What if I did this?
Cindy says that the Underfoots are my favorites, especially the shameless ones. Bartleby was always my fave.
Oh my gosh, Bartleby is too much. Bartleby's a bit of a playful dude. We'll have to get him on. I feel like he hasn't been on camera for a while.
He almost could have been on camera. He was hanging out in the main barn, or right outside the main barn, this afternoon, right before we started filming. And he was the one Underfoot goat who was up here, because he knows where he gets the good stuff.
Oh yeah.
But he followed me out as I followed the sheep to try to lure them back to the barn for this. I failed. I failed to get most of the sheep. But Bartleby saw that I was offering cookies as enticement, and I accidentally lured Bartleby farther away from the barn.
Good job, Kaden.
We have...
Good job. Air high five.
Woo.
Yeah.
So we do have a stereotype for goats that was given.
Yes.
But before we... I forget what I was going to actually...
Easily distracted. What?
No.
What?
So our goat stereotype is from Veronica, which says that, or who says, I remember before I met goats, I heard they were tough and ate everything.
Well, I'll probably give you the eat everything part. They're very curious. How about that? Goats are very curious animals generally. And this is gonna sound super obvious, but goats don't have hands. And I say that about a lot of the animals here. It's like they don't have hands, they don't have fingers. So if there's something that they want to like investigate, they're gonna use their mouth to do it. So I mean, like a lot of times when the goats are, if they're kind of like gumming on something, it doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna eat it. They're kind of just like, what's this thing? And then maybe they'll try to take a bite out of it anyway. But yeah, that's also kind of how they will explore the world. And they were, what was the first part of that?
That they were tough and ate everything.
Tough and ate everything.
That is what Veronica thought before she met goats.
Mm-hmm. And they can be pretty tough. I mean, thinking about goats, you know, maybe you picture like bouncy and playful, maybe as well. Maybe like we'll say difficult. I think that's a diplomatic word to use. And in, you know, with all of these animals here, kind of like with Shirley, she does fit a couple of those stereotypes, but thinking about Thelma's pretty shy. Thelma's really not a troublemaker. You know, she's not the sort who's gonna bounce around and play with you. She will hang out and play with the other goats though, but generally she's just kind of chill, you know? So she might not fit that stereotype either, but some of the other ones do. Like, for example, I would say Alice, who's another one of our little playful goat. Likes to mess with people. Maybe she's more of the stereotypical goat a little bit. I don't know.
And for Cindy, by the way, if you enjoy Bartleby, he was recently featured on our Instagram and TikTok accounts, investigating along with a troublemaker Turkey, Michael,
Oh, yes.
some new produce deliveries that we got from some local businesses in the area, and he was just doing an initial quality inspection, if you will, and
Very
that
important.
is the reason he hangs out by the main barn.
Oh, yeah. He knows someone's gonna give him a snack. Speaking of snacks, I'm gonna try one more time to get Shirley a little bit closer, because now I have the big piece of the cookie instead of the small piece of the cookie.
Tempting.
So. Look, sweetie. Cookie. I'm not gonna let you eat all of this. I think if I let you eat this whole thing, I would get in trouble. What do you think? What do you think? Yummy. I won't look at you. No.
Ooh. The interest is very much there.
Cannot look.
The desire to be near Lauren is utterly absent. Shirley doesn't need a face mask because Shirley has been practicing social distancing to the extreme for a good 8 years now.
Okay. What is that? Oh, there's a piece under there. Okay, and that didn't work. That's okay. Bye-bye. Oh well. Oh well. That's okay. We love you, Shirley. Anyway, you got anything else from the audience that they wanted to share? Because then I probably have a few things I can tell you all about that are very exciting. Cooking
Yes,
classes.
by all means, Lauren, tell us about some announcements that we've got.
Yes. So first of all, the most important announcement. Here comes Christopher. Hey, handsome. Hey. He loves his shoulder scratches. No. So yes, we have 2 cooking classes that have been announced. Yay! And they're both on Thursdays. The first one is going to be January 28th, and it is something like fireside dinner, I think is what it's called. I don't know. Again, I got distracted by the picture for it, which is a fondue bread bowl. So it's a cheesy bread bowl thing. Like, I'll stick my face in that. Probably an unwise decision. But yes, it looks very good. And then in February 11th, we are going to have a sushi class. And that's actually one that if you like have the same sort of like materials, you have one of those little rolly things, you can follow along with that. Linda's going to show you how to like roll it and any tips and tricks for doing that. So that will be something really cool to follow along with. And if you do sign up for a cooking class, keep in mind, like whoever's in your house, they can hang out too. So, you know, you can make it a whole family thing. So that would be exciting. Right, bud? So you can sign up for those on our website. And then, of course, there's also the option to purchase a recording of any of the cooking classes that have already passed. So you can pop over and do that too. Very exciting. Okay.
And we have some changes coming down the line for our virtual sanctuary programs that we've been doing, that we are doing right now at this very moment.
Yes. Yes. So, today is Tuesday, and as you know, normally we also do the programs on Thursdays. However, we are going to be switching to doing one a week instead of 2 a week. So we will continue to be doing them on Tuesdays at 1 p.m., like we are right now. And we will do Thursday this week, but then after that, we will be doing just the Tuesday ones going forward. And we're making that change because, like, as we're entering the new year, we're really focusing on doing a lot more virtual programs with different groups and schools and all that. So we got to make some more room in the schedule for doing that. So what we're doing for you all, though, yes, you at home, I'm talking to you. You're like, is that me? Yeah, it's you. We are having a special discount for our virtual sanctuary viewers, and we'll put a link in the chat that you can click on. It'll take you to a sign-up thing, and you'll get a discount on a CAS Live program that you could do for your family, for your coworkers, I don't know, for whatever. If you want to do it just for yourself because you want to, like, that's cool too, but whatever you want.
So
yeah.
So Lauren did say that we'll leave the link in the comments. We have created also a bit.ly, so for those of you who are watching this a bit later, don't want to sort through all of the comments, we're also going to be leaving the link in the description here on Facebook. And if you're watching this a bit later and it is up on our YouTube page, we will have left the link for this discount in the description on YouTube as well.
I'm supposed to do this, right? In the description below.
And it is bit.ly/CAS Friends Fam. So bit.ly/CAS FRIENDS FAM. And this will be active. You can book in the next 2 months for any amount of time going out through the year. You will follow the link and see which slots are currently available to book, and you'll get a 25% discount for the next 2 months. We would love to see you on a private visit.
Hey, Christopher? I bet you have some fans at home who would love to see you. Right? You're such a good boy. And Caden, what's the plan for Thursday? Who are we hanging out with on Thursday?
I'm blanking now.
Think small. And they live over there.
Oh, we're hanging out with the Colorado babies because... Yes, thank you. We are hanging out with the Colorado babies because they are coming up on their 2nd anniversary here at the sanctuary. For those of you who might just be tuning in, they are some rescued chickens who came here in pretty rough condition from some pretty difficult circumstances and now are just bursting with personality.
They're so funny. Very cute.
Well, we've lost the whole crew.
He's just going to get a drink of water. Hey, bud. He'll be back. You know, gotta stay hydrated. Drink your water. Did you drink water today? You should do that. But anyway, what time is it?
We have 1 minute left for you to...
Oh my gosh, I was like, I feel like we're out of time. 1 minute left. Shirley! 1 minute left. What do you want to say to the people?
Shirley is off camera and not looking at Lauren in true Shirley form. And perhaps we'll see Thelma make an appearance in the background on another one of our virtual sanctuaries when the Underfoots are near.
A super quick Ferguson.
Is he near?
He's in there somewhere.
Are you
I just
sure?
saw him pop into one of the stalls.
Yeah, we can say hello.
Say super quick hello to Ferguson. Oh, where is he? Ferguson. I think he went to the left. And here.
Wrestling.
Is it pigeons or
And
is it Ferguson?
here is Fergalurg. Ferg.
Here. Cookie?
Ferg is easily distracted. Okay. Ferg.
Oh, there you go. That's the good stuff. Did you give him that whole thing?
I don't know why we would be concerned about this. He has all of his teeth.
Yeah.
And he's a growing boy.
Okay, we just won't tell anyone you gave him an entire cookie. Right, Ferguson? We won't worry about that.
He had been licking my hands from giving cookies to the others anyhow. He had missed the original cookie haul.
Yeah. Oh, and now we're back to scrounging around for scraps. Oh well. Thanks, Ferguson.
Alrighty, folks. Thanks for tuning in and watching. I'll be back here on Thursday for our last main Thursday session of Virtual Sanctuary, but do check out our link for private virtual visits. We'd love to connect with you all, and don't worry, we'll still be here weekly. So take care, stay safe. Bye, everyone.